Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine being dropped right into a neo-noir mystery.
Yeah, where nothing's quite what it seems.
Exactly. Every twist just reveals another layer, more deception. That's really what's in store for you today.
We're diving deep into The Red Emperor. Forget it, Joe. It's Chinatown.
Right. Written by Jerry Bader, produced by MRP Web Media. And this isn't just a story, is it?
No, definitely not. It's this meticulously crafted web. You've got intrigue, crime.
And some really surprising revelations. So our mission today is basically to pull out the key insights from this script excerpt.
We'll guide you through the characters, the main mystery, and, well, those twists that make you rethink everything.
What's really interesting here, I think, is how we're using just a script excerpt.
Right. It's like we're detectives ourselves, piecing together this complex plot from the clues in the text.
You'll discover this world where ancient legends kind of crash into modern crime.
And a simple statue, it holds way more secrets than you'd initially guess. Bader's writing is great at that, building layers of misdirection.
Constantly challenging what you think you know.
Exactly.
So if you're ready for, let's say, a shortcut to getting clued in on a tale that's part mystery, part unexpected humor.
Let's jump into those shadowy streets.
Okay, first up, Jerry Bader, the mind behind this.
Yeah, tell us about him.
Well, he's an author, screenwriter, senior partner at MRP Web Media, and his specialty, noir detective, spy, crime novels. You can really see it here.
Makes sense.
But he's versatile, too. Biographies, even children's books.
Huh. Interesting range.
Yeah, so it gives you a sense of the kind of layered narrative we're dealing with.
And that expertise definitely sets the tone. I mean, the title itself, The Red Emperor, forget it, Joe, it's Chinatown.
That subtitle just screams noir.
It really does. It's a direct nod to the classic film, right?
Yeah.
Hinting that things are murky, answers are hard to come by.
And we'll see exactly why that subtitle is so key as we go.
Definitely.
So let's set the scene. How does this mystery actually kick off?
It starts with Benson Young, an elderly Chinese gentleman.
But not just any gentleman.
No, he's the leader of the Hong Mian gang. Quite formidable. He arrives at the Three Kings tailor shop on Rodeo Drive.
Very high-end. And he's dressed impeccably right. Pinstripe suit.
And these distinctive details. A Guan Yu stick pin and a gold dragon's head cane. Very symbolic.
And he's there to see Mo Fields, the tailor, and his little daughter Betty. She's 6.
Right. And this is where the first key object appears. Young gives Betty this mysterious red bag.
And inside,
She pulls out a brightly painted Guan Yu warrior statue. Guan Yu, a revered figure. Loyalty, courage.
protection.
Exactly. And Young specifically tells Betty not to open it right away. He says, Guan Yu will protect you. Keep it closed for good luck.
Seems like a nice gesture. Almost grandfatherly.
Almost. But there's more going on.
Ah, the hidden agenda.
Yes. While this gift thing is happening, Young also gives Mo Fields, the tailor, a photograph.
Okay.
He points to one man in the photo, calls him Pan Tu, traitor. Says he needs to be eliminated tonight.
Just like that.
Just like that. The others in the photo, Shagua, fools. Insignificant.
And Fields gets a sign.
A blue Chinese lantern stick pin. It's a chillingly casual order, right there in the tailor shop. Shows Young's ruthlessness.
And someone's watching all this.
Yep. Across the street, in a Starbucks, there's this shabby little man with a big hat.
Later identified as Wilbur Crook.
Right. He's watching the shop, not reading his paper. Classic noir observer. Instantly raises the stakes. Someone always knows.
So Fields gets his orders. What happens next?
It's swift and brutal. Most Fields goes to the Green Dragon restaurant.
It's just Young's territory.
It's safe territory, yeah. Fields spots Peter Chin, one of the so-called fools from that photograph, takes him out. Cleanly, professionally, Glock 30S. The whole thing is over in less than 3 minutes.
Wow. Fields is clearly very good at his job.
He is. And it shows the Hong Mian gang doesn't mess around.
So now we have a body in the Green Dragon. The police get involved.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Detectives Grist and Dime arrive, their interactions, especially with this ex-gangster, Arnie Bernardo, who's there. It sets that gritty, realistic tone. Everyone seems to have a history in this world.
And they start finding clues, little things.
Exactly. Sally Yang, the hostess, gives them one. She noticed the shooter's suit.
What about it?
It had surgeon's cuffs.
Surgeon's cuffs? What are those?
Grist explains that they're working buttons on the sleeve. You usually only find them on expensive, custom-made suits.
Ah, okay. Like the kind of high-end tailor might make.
Precisely. That detail becomes very important later.
And the victim, Peter Chen.
Identified as one of Young's drivers. Apparently low-level,
But Detective Grist immediately suspects the boss, Benson Young.
Yeah. Grist knows Young's reputation, the Dragonhead. Knows about that gold dragon-headed cane.
Yeah.
Implies it's seen some action.
So Grist thinks Young is pulling the strings.
Pretty much. From the shadows.
Now, Peter Chen wasn't alone at the restaurant earlier, was he?
No. Bernardo describes his companions, calls them a real odd bunch.
Like something out of Dashiell Hammett, he says.
Exactly. You've got Cyrus Green, a portly import-export guy. Zoltan Monaco, described as a dandy, a historical artifact consultant.
Sounds a bit dodgy.
Doesn't it? And then there's Wilbur Crook.
The shabby guy from Starbucks.
The very same. Described as the muscle. So a deal maker, a shady consultant, and muscle. Quite the crew.
It definitely hints at the kind of players drawn into this whole thing.
And this is where that Guan Yu statue really takes center stage.
Right. The plot thickens around the statue itself.
It does. Sally Yang, the hostess from the Green Dragon, she shows up dramatically at Bobby Bloom's bistro.
Bobby Bloom, the ex-spy turned restaurant owner.
That's him. Former French DGSE. Sally claims Peter Chen was her fiancé.
Okay.
And she says the Guan Yu statue was their engagement gift. Now it's stolen.
Stolen?
By who? She doesn't know. She offers Bloom $5,000 to find the statue and Peter's killer.
Does Bloom buy it?
He's skeptical. Notes she's not wearing an engagement ring. And her claim about sentimental value connected to some brother of the peach orchard superstition. But the intrigue, as the script says, tempts him. And the money probably helps.
And just as Bloom is considering this, someone else turns up looking for a statue.
You got it. Professor Zoltan Monaco, the dandy consultant from the Green Dragon.
He wants a Guan Yu statue, too.
Yes, but he calls it an object of great historical significance. Suddenly, it's not just sentimental.
So why is everyone suddenly after this statue? That's the big question.
Exactly. It implies there's much more to it than meets the eye.
And the lies just keep piling up.
Oh, yeah. Bloom tells Monaco he already has a client looking for the statue Sally Yang.
How does Monaco take that?
Not well. He gets angry. And then the tension really ramps up.
How so?
Monaco realizes Bloom's associate in the bistro is actually Detective Dime.
The cop from the crime scene?
The very same.
Yeah.
Monaco realizes he's walked right into something complicated. It just shows how tangled everything is. Trust is. Well, it's scarce.
Okay, let's loop back to that detail Sally Yang mentioned. The surgeon's cuffs.
Right, the custom suit detail.
Detective Grist interviews Benson Young in his office, right?
Yes. And Grist notices something.
What?
Young's suit jacket has surgeon's cuffs, and they're undone. Just like Sally described the shooters.
Ah, so that links Young, or at least his tailor, directly to the hit.
It's a subtle but powerful connection. Seems to confirm Grist's suspicions about Young orchestrating things.
This is where Young really starts his performance, isn't it?
It really is a masterclass in deception. He's got a Guan Yu statue right there on his desk.
And he dismisses the guys Peter Chen was with, Green and Monaco.
Calls them avaricious fools. Then he launches into this story. The legend of the three brothers of the peach orchard.
The legend involving statues filled with treasure.
Exactly. 3 statues. Guan Yu filled with rubies, Zhang Fei with emeralds, Liu Bei with diamonds, symbols of leadership for powerful Chinese triads.
Sounds like the reason everyone wants the statue.
You'd think so. But then Young does a complete 180.
What do you mean?
He insists it's just a story, a folk tale for children. Pure legend.
He denies it. After telling the legend.
Completely. And to seemingly prove his point, he picks up the Guan Yu statue from his desk.
The one right in front of him.
Yep. And he gives it to Detective Dime. Calls it a protector of the police. Tells her to give it a twist.
And she opens it?
She does. And inside...
Not rubies.
Nope. Red cinnamon candies called Imperials.
Candy? Seriously.
Seriously. His son Henry jumps in too, saying none of the statues have anything but candy inside. It's incredibly bold misdirection.
Right in front of the cops.
And Young drops that line. In Chinatown, things are not always what they appear to be.
Which perfectly sums up this whole situation.
Absolutely. It's the theme tune, really. Setting up the fact that we're being played just like the detectives.
And the proof comes immediately after they leave.
Right away. Young turns to his son, Henry, tells him to meet with Fields and make the exchange.
Exchange what?
The Guan Yu statue he just put back on his desk. The one he didn't give to Dime.
So he swapped them, the candy one, for a real one?
It certainly seems that way.
Yeah.
Implying he does have a specific valuable statue, and the one Dime got was just a decoy. A very clever switcheroo.
The consequences of all this deception start hitting hard and fast now.
They do. Bobby Bloom, the ex-spy, gets his hands on surveillance footage.
Now, what does it show?
It shows Peter Chen, the guy who got killed, actually stealing a Guan Yu statue from Young's desk earlier.
The real one?
No, a candy-filled one.
So Chen made a deadly mistake. He died trying to steal a worthless decoy.
Exactly. He bought the illusion and paid the ultimate price. Tragic, really.
And the stakes get even higher.
Much higher. Bloom finds out Young's secretary, the one who sold him the footage, she's been found dead, pulled out of a lake.
Oh, no.
And she had $1,000 in her purse.
Yeah.
The money Bloom paid her.
Directly linked. Young ties up loose ends. Ruthlessly.
No witnesses, no leaks. It shows just how dangerous this game is.
And Sally Yang, Peter's supposed fiancée, her motives become clearer, too.
Very clear. She confronts Bloom, pulls a gun on him, a Walther PK-380.
To get what?
To get her Guan Yu statue back. The one she'd hired Bloom to find.
So it wasn't just about avenging Peter. It was always about the statue.
Seems like it. The greed surrounding these statues is intense. Everyone wants one.
Which leads to more chaos, right? Back at the tailor shop.
Total chaos. Wilbur Crook, the shabby guy, shows up. He violently tries to steal a Guan Yu statue from Mo Fields.
Things escalate.
Big time. Shots are fired. Henry Young, Benson's son, gets hit. Mo Fields gets hit too.
Terrible. What about Betty, the little girl?
She's incredibly brave. She hides her own Guan Yu statue, the one Young gave her originally. And she actually kicks Crook, trying to help her dad.
Wow. Out of the mouths of babes. Or, the feet.
Right. And even amidst all that violence, there's this strangely touching moment.
What's that?
Betty gives her Guan Yu statue to Detective Grist.
Why?
She says, Mian Chi saved your life, and you saved mine. Now he's yours. Says her Uncle Young taught her to do the honorable thing.
So the statue as a protector. A good luck charm. That theme keeps coming back.
It does. Even if its actual contents are still a mystery at this point, the symbolism remains powerful.
Meanwhile, what about the fools? Crook, Green, Monaco, and Sally Yang.
They end up together in some seedy hotel room.
And what are they doing?
They've got two Guan Yu statues, presumably the ones Crook and Sally acquired, and they've hammered them open.
Hoping for treasure.
You bet. But what do they find?
Let me guess. Candy.
Candy. Just like Young said, you can imagine their frustration. Monaco's furious.
But Green is still optimistic.
Delusionally so. He's convinced there are still 3 precious statues out there owned by different dragons and insists a deal can always be had.
He just can't see he's been played, trapped by Young's story and his own greed.
Perfectly put. They're still chasing the illusion.
So where does that leave us? What's the final reveal?
It comes when Detective Grist gets back to the squad room. He has the statue Betty gave him.
The one she said saved his life.
That's the one. He opens it, probably expecting cinnamon imperials like the one Dime got. It's filled with rubies, multi-carat size rubies.
Whoa. So Young was lying, or at least not telling the whole truth.
Completely. It blows his whole fairy tale explanation out of the water. It reveals the full extent of his manipulation. He controlled the narrative, the decoys, and apparently the real treasure, too.
What a twist. It changes everything you thought you knew up to that point.
Absolutely. It's a brilliant reveal. Benson Young is the true puppet master.
So, connecting this to the bigger picture, what does it all tell us?
Well, the story uses this seemingly simple object, the statue, to explore some really deep themes.
Like illusion versus reality.
Definitely. And the hidden power structures, especially within Chinatown, the consequences of greed, of making the wrong assumptions.
And the ending leaves you wondering, doesn't it? Who really has the power? How deep does the deception go?
Exactly. Even when you think you have the answer, maybe there's another layer.
And this is where it gets really interesting for you, the listener. Think about it. You've just journeyed through this complex underworld.
Where powerful people can make you believe treasure is just candy.
So if Grist's statue really had rubies, what does that mean about Young's whole story? Was it all a lie or just parts?
And what about those other 2 statues, the emerald and diamond ones? Is Cyrus Green's folly actually closer to the truth than we think? Is there more treasure out there?
It really makes you question things.
It does. It poses that question. In a world full of people like Benson Young spinning tales, how do you figure out what's genuinely valuable?
And what's just candy, a distraction.
Makes you think twice about what you see, what you're told, especially when powerful interests are involved.
And like the story's own tagline tells us,
Forget it, Joe. It's Chinatown.
Something for you to definitely mull over until our next deep dive.